Well, hello guys, it's Scotswell and Halloween ends. It's finally here. I've watched the movie 3 times and I'm very conflicted. One part of me wants to say this is absolutely fucking horrible, and another part of me wants to say it's actually really good. As a Michael Myers movie, it's probably a very bad movie, yes. If you want a movie that's more character driven, I'd say, you get this one. Is this movie better than Halloween Kills? In my personal opinion, yes. But as a Michael Myers movie, probably not. Because obviously he's shown way less. You must be wondering why. What do I mean about Michael Myers barely being shown? Well, you don't see Michael Myers until the 40-minute mark. You see, he doesn't show up until the 40-minute mark. That kind of pissed me off. That was too late. This film introduces a new character, Corey Cunningham. You must be thinking, why is that so important? It's because he's the main character. He takes center stage, even above Laurie fucking Strode. He is in virtually almost every scene. Every scene. And I like the Corey character. I love the slow descent into madness. But why couldn't this been an anthology movie taking place in Haddonfield? Why did it have to be Halloween Ends? Why did this have to complete a trilogy where this should have been a completely separate movie? You should have told the Corey story in a completely different movie, but you decided to do it in this movie. And you sidelined Michael fucking Myers. And that's another thing in this movie that pissed me off. Michael Myers himself. He's a detriment to his own fucking film. If you're expecting the Michael Myers we got in Halloween Kills, you'll be very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. You want to know why? Because this guy, he's like a wounded old man way past his prime. And there's this message saying, oh, the more he kills, the stronger he gets. And we actually see this in action. So, now that I've got that established, let me talk about what happens in this movie. This movie starts off Halloween night 2019. A year after Michael Myers murdered basically almost 50 fucking people. And then disappeared without a trace. For some whatever. He disappears, Michael Myers disappears, but we introduced this character, Corey Cunningham. He's babysitting this kid. And it's this whole drawn-out opening of how he babysits this kid. And then he goes upstairs looking for this kid. And then he goes into the basement upstairs. And then the kid, Jeremy, he locks him in the attic. And then Corey's banging on the door, because you get locked in somewhere, your instinct is wanting to get out, right? And then he's starting to kick the door down. He's like, "Oh, you motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you," because you're like, bro, this is, what's kind of really pissing him off, that the kid's not listening to him. And as this is happening, the parents come home from whatever the fuck they were doing, and then they hear the commotion upstairs, and they're wondering what the fuck's going on. And at this point, Corey actually kicks the door open. It hits Jeremy, and this is like a 3-story house, right? Jeremy falls from the top of the stairs, and he comes crashing down. Like, when you have how those big houses have like those swirls. He fell down that swirl like you would see in a big house. He fell down, dies, and then it's just this really tense scene of Corey staring down in shock and awe, and then the parents obviously knowing, oh no, our fucking child just fucking died, and then looking up, the mom immediately blames Corey, and then that's when you get your classic Halloween intro, with the pumpkins. And then you just have, it's like, the intro, I honestly like the intro. It had the Halloween 3 Season the Witch font, which I felt was interesting. But, if you're a true Halloween fan and you remember all the movies, that's a reference you're going to get. So there's like a pumpkin, and then another pumpkin like forms out of it, and this happens over and over again. Whatever. But after the intro, we cut to Laurie Strode completing a memoir about how Michael Myers killed like 50 people 4 years ago and whatever. And yeah, he talks about how he's like put the town of Haddonfield into fear and grief and all this. And also another thing, Laurie Strode, she's honestly way different than she was in Kills in Halloween 2018. This is probably the best her character is in this trilogy, I'd say. She's actually pretty fucking funny in this movie. Surprisingly, you wouldn't expect that from Jamie Lee Curtis, but she's actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna cap. So we go back to Corey. He has a bike. He's riding his bike. He's going to a gas station, and he buys some milk. And then as he's coming out, there's these group of kids that are seniors, and they're in I forgot. Were they in they're I think they're in the band. Yeah, they're in the school's band team or whatever. And then they ask Corey, "Can you buy us a couple 6-packs?" And Corey's like, "Nah." And then all of a sudden they recognize him as the guy that killed the kid that he was babysitting. Obviously by accident, but they see it as him. He intentionally killed this fucking kid. Because no one else has the context of what actually happened but Corey. But if how are you really going to believe the guy you could pretty much accuse of doing it? But it's whatever. So they're bullying him about it, saying, "Oh, you're a pedo, you're a kid killer, whatever." And then Corey squeezes his milk bottle, and it's glass, right? He squeezes it gets on the main bully guy, and then he shoves Corey, and he goes down onto the glass that's on the floor. He shoves in, those big old ice, this big thing of ice. You open the door and there's ice. Yeah, that, and then he's shoved into it, and his left hand slams down and gets cut with glass literally inside of him. And then this is when Laurie Strode comes in and says, "Assholes, leave him alone." And Corey and Laurie meet. And then Corey stabs the guy's tire, right? And then they go, and then Lori takes Corey to the hospital where Allison works. And then you see the obviously love tension between Corey and Allison. I don't know how I feel about that, but it's whatever. If you're wondering if Corey and Allison's relationship is it too romantic comedy-ish or whatever? Nah, it's not like that. So here, let me get to a really good scene. So Corey is invited by Allison to this party, and Allison gets him his costume, and he got this mask that it will come into play later. And then during this party, Corey runs into the mother of the boy he accidentally killed. And then the mother's pissed that Corey's having fun after the fact. Where Corey, he's just trying to move on and live his life. Understandably so from the mother, though. If someone killed my son or daughter or whatever, I would be still pissed too. But yeah, Corey decides he wants to be done with Allison. It's whatever. Then he walks down the street or whatever, and then the senior band people from earlier, they jump him, and they accidentally, like, there's this it's hard to explain. He falls down not too far, not too big of a height, but he falls down, and for some reason you see Corey. You don't see who does it, but Corey is dragged into the sewer. I'm confused. I had a lot of questions at this point. Corey wakes up in the sewer. I'm confused. Is this guy drugged or what's going on? But Corey gets up. He's wandering around, obviously fucking confused of what just happened and where is he. He walks around the sewer. He sees, oh hey, it's daylight. And then he's looking around. He hears a sound. He turns around. And then the hand of Michael Myers is grabbing him. And then you see, I wouldn't say it's not like it's like a transference of evil. It's like Corey's been through so much. And this is like his breaking point of where he's sane. He's choked. Michael is choking Corey. And Corey's staggering like, oh, you know how you would if you were being choked. And then you see a bunch of quick flashes of everything traumatic that's happened to Corey towards this point that we've seen. And Michael just lets him go. Michael doesn't kill him. It's like Michael saw something in his eyes. He probably saw the pain and tragedy of what he went through and decided maybe this guy isn't worth killing. Which, in a sense, it adds a human element to Michael, which you shouldn't do. But I was going to give it a chance and see what they do with it. 40 minutes in, we see Michael Myers. And he doesn't even kill anybody. He lets Corey go, and Corey goes out of the hole. And then he's looking in there wondering, what the fuck just happened? I bet he's very confused of what's just happened. Like, he's trying to process what is going on. And then, before he can even process anything, this old homeless man, he comes behind him and he's telling him, how did you get out of there? Talking about, oh, everyone who goes in there dies or whatever. And then he threatens Corey into going back in there with Michael. And Corey's like, no, why would I go back in there with Michael in there? So then you can this is in Corey defending himself because the old homeless man had a knife. So Corey turns the knife and kills this old homeless man. Now, that wasn't out of brute force. That wasn't premeditated. That was just Corey defending himself because the guy had a knife on him. So this is out of defense. So Corey, after stabbing him, he's like, "Oh shit!" And then he throws the knife. And then he goes to his parents' house. His mother going, "Where have you?" This typical, "Oh, you've been out too long" speech. Uh, yeah. So, another memorable scene. This is when Allison and Corey pretty much, they fucking love each other. Like, they're madly in love with each other. And then everyone's saying this guy is Allison's ex-boyfriend, I guess, after Cameron. But this guy is like being really creepy and stuff, and then it's pissing Corey off to where Corey is gonna stand up for himself because the guy is literally talking shit, saying, "Oh, you're gonna be with a fucking killer or whatever, psychopath, whatever," and then Corey like stands up for himself, and yeah, and then Corey takes Allison home, and then after Allison goes inside her house, Corey realizes this guy is following him. So you know what Corey does? This is probably one of the weirdest scenes in this movie. Corey drives back to that place where the fucking sewer tunnel is, to where he first encountered Michael, right? He leads Allison's ex-boyfriend towards this sewer. He attacks him, and then Allison's ex-boyfriend gets upper hand, but then Corey runs into the hole that he crawled out of in his first encounter with Michael. And he's leading him in here. At this point, I'm thinking, wait a minute. Wait. I was very confused at this point. So, the Allison's ex-boyfriend, the cop, whatever you want to call him, he goes in the tunnel after him. He's looking around. And there's this shot. It's really weird. Because, like, you see Michael, like, towards his little right? In the darkness, right? You see Michael. But then you see in another camera angle, probably from Michael's point of view, right? And the guy toward the camera, how did he not see Michael? But then he turns around, Corey's like standing there, and then Corey smiles, and then all of a sudden Michael jumps him. And this is what pisses me off. So Michael jumps him, right? And then a little fucking, obviously not a little punk, but like, guy punches him, and then Michael's like, oh. Michael falls to the ground like he just got knocked down in a UFC fight. And then Corey jumps in, knocks the guy down, and then he goes over to Michael saying, "Show me how to kill. Show me how to do it." And then he tells Michael to get up, get up, get up. And Michael's just, seeing Michael get bitched out is probably my least favorite thing to happen in this series. Probably other than him looking like a dumbass in the fucking Cult of Thorn room. I don't know which I hate worse, but that was dumb. Michael was really made out to be a little fucking bitch in this movie. Nowhere near. So, Michael is getting up, and then Corey, he helps, he holds the guy down so Michael can stab him. So because I'm guessing Michael kept the knife that he used to kill Karen, right? He kept it somewhere, and he pulls it out, and then this is when the Halloween thing kicks in. Corey is holding this guy down, and Michael's stabbing him, and then I'm thinking at first when this happened, is Michael fucking have a fucking seizure? And then I'm realizing, oh, are they doing the thing to where every time he kills, he gets stronger? And yes, that's exactly what they're doing. So Corey holds the guy down. Michael stabs him, kills him, and just lets Corey go again. It's like Michael is not in control of the situation, which, no, you can't do that. Corey should not be in control of Michael. Michael should be in control of Corey. If you're going this route, Michael should be the guy in charge. He shouldn't be the little bitch. He shouldn't. That goes against years and years of what we've been told about Michael. But Corey runs away. He goes to Allison's house saying, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's happening to me." And then he asks Allison, "Did Michael let you live or did you escape?" And Allison's like, "My mother saved me." Obviously a reference to how Karen took Michael's mask and lured him out to the mob. But at this point, I'm like half and half. I kind of like this movie and I kind of don't. So then Corey goes back to his house and then his mother has had enough. Corey's mom kicks Corey out the house because he's 24. Like, he just got out of college, still living with his parents. Whatever. Because this guy is a mechanic, right? Whatever. But he's kicked out. And funny enough, Corey sleeps in the house where he killed the kid he was babysitting. Which, whatever. And then he wakes up to a bunch of thuds. And it's Laurie Strode sitting on a chair. And then she talks about how, oh, there's so many different kinds of evil. And I'm like, what? Like, this forced social commentary, it's nothing new in horror movies. I understand that. But, like, why are you it's so forced in. I'm trying to watch a Halloween Michael Myers movie. If I wanted to, like, see, like, how bullying can cause people to kill themselves, to become psychos or whatever and all that, I would watch a Pacific TV show that says that. I'm trying to be entertained by a horror movie here. But anyways, the main point is that Laurie sees what Corey is, like, doing. Like, she sees that he's on a very dark path. And so, Laurie says that Corey can't see Allison, and Corey's like, "Oh, you brought me in. You did all this." And he's like, he has this attitude of where, oh, only I can have Allison. Which, and, oh, this also I forgot to tell you about another kill scene that happens before this. There is this doctor lady, a co-worker of Allison's. She got the promotion instead of Allison. And, you know, Corey's motive is to kill everyone that hurts him and Allison. That's his motive for killing. So he kills the main doctor that gave out the promotion. And then, and this lady, she sees this happening, obviously gonna fucking want to call the cops. Corey runs after her, and then she slams the sliding door on his left hand, the hand that got cut open by the glass earlier, and it hurts him so much. And then he's just banging on the glass, and then all of a sudden she's about to call the cops. The 911 operator's on the line, and then this thing opens. It's Michael fucking Myers, and we get a homage to what happened in 1978 when Michael pinned Bob to the wall. I was like, okay. And then before he actually does the actual stab, Michael looks over and he sees Corey looking at him. And it's like they have a killer intuition or whatever you want to call it. And Corey's like, it's like he's captivated by how Michael can do these feats of strength. How he can pick her up on a wall with the only one hand. And then afterwards, Michael obviously does the stab and he admires his artwork, as Michael would do. Okay, after all that stuff I talk about, let me get into one of the dumbest scenes you'll ever see in a Halloween movie. So after Laurie tells Corey that, oh, you can't be with Allison anymore, Corey calls Allison and says, oh, we gotta get out of Haddonfield, we gotta go or whatever. And Corey tells Allison to meet him later on. And then Corey goes back to that tunnel where Michael Myers is. And Michael's just standing there. He's just standing there on the other side. He crawls through and he's like, oh, you got something I want. And then Michael and Corey have this tussle. They go from the right side out of shot to the left side out of shot. And then all of a sudden, Corey overpowers Michael fucking Myers. What the fuck? What the fuck? What? Corey overpowers Michael Myers and takes his mask. What the fuck? When that first happened, I audibly said, what the fuck? No, you can't do Michael fucking Myers like that. You just fucking can't. It goes against everything we know about the character. You should. How can you be afraid of Michael Myers when you know you can just simply overpower him? That was dumb. So Corey takes the mask, and he goes back to the gas station from earlier, where the seniors are there, and he scratches up their car, and he lets them know, yeah, bitch, I did it. And then they go to where Corey works, right? And then it's his long drawn out scene where he kills all of them. And more importantly, his dad is killed. Because at this point while they're there, Corey's dad is working the night shift here. He's watching whatever. And the main guy, he comes and bangs on the glass to get his attention to get help. So he gives this 17, 18-year-old, because like they're seniors, right? They're obviously at least like 17, 18, right? He gives this 17, 18-year-old a gun. I wouldn't say it's like a sniper rifle, but like, I'll say it's a tactical rifle, whatever. It doesn't matter. But he gives him the rifle, and then he gets a fucking revolver. He goes to, because Corey was driving his car, he hits the fence. And one of the other band members, they're pinned under the fence as the car hits it, and it slams him down. It doesn't kill him, but it just gets him stuck. So Corey's dad, he tries to help her, and then she screams, oh shit, there he is. And then Corey's father looks up, and he sees Corey holding Michael Myers' mask, and he's like, Corey? He probably very fucking confused, as he would be, because he's his fucking father. And then the main guy, he's about to shoot Corey, but then Corey's like, no, and then the guy shoots, and it shoots Corey's father in the head. And then the guy's like, oh shit, wrong guy. And Corey teleports. He does teleport out of shot to where he doesn't get shot. Which, not sure about that. Then he pretty much finishes them off. Whoop-de-doo. And then an earlier scene with this DJ, he was an asshole to Corey. That's all you need to know. That's why, because he comes into this DJ place that he was at earlier. He kills the lady at the front desk. And then this guy, he's so oblivious to it because he has headphones on. He's like playing music on the radio stations or whatever. He's so oblivious to it. And then he sees in the mirror Corey with the Michael Myers costume on. And then this is probably one of my favorite kills in the entire franchise. He slams his head in the... Ugh. And then he picks him up. His teeth are falling out, and then he gets these scissors and cuts his tongue off, and that finishes him off. And the part of the tongue he cut off, it's on the record player, and it's like it keeps like it's like, you know when a record player skips on your, like when you're in the radio and it's like, oh, bzz, whatever, it doesn't really work. It was like that. It kept spinning around, messing with the thing you put on top. It was honestly a really creative kill. Then Corey goes to kill his mother. Whatever. And then there's only one person Corey can kill. Only one person that has wronged him in his eyes. And that is Laurie Strode. And at this point, I knew where this movie was going. Are they really just going to have Corey die very stupidly? And then Laurie makes Corey believe that she killed herself because she calls the police and, like, reports a suicide or whatever. And then Corey opens the door. And then Laurie's like, you thought I'd kill myself, you son of a bitch. And then shoots him down. And then she walks down the stairs, and then Corey takes off the mask, trying to gasp for air, and then Laurie goes on about, kill me, do it. And then Allison comes back. At this point, Allison is pulling up into the driveway, and then Corey, with this sick, sinister smile on his face, he's going to make it look like Laurie killed him, so it would turn Allison against her. And at this point, like, he's a villain. You love to hate him. That sick, sadistic bastard. He stabs himself in the throat. And then Laurie, she goes to pick up the knife. But at this point, Allison walks into the room, sees Laurie pull out the knife from his throat. Obviously, sus. Holy shit, you killed my man. And then Allison screams, why? And then Laurie's like, no. She's trying to, like, plead her case, but no, there's no point. No point. And then Laurie goes into another room in the house. She sees that another door in her house is open, and she's like, oh, it's gotta be Michael. And then Michael picks up the mask, puts it on, and he's gonna grab the knife. And then Corey stops him. And then I was like, oh, he's still fucking alive? Well, to be fair, they did do this with fucking Officer Hawkins back in Kills, where we obviously thought he was dead, but he turned out to be alive somehow. But Corey is alive. He's stopping Michael from picking up the knife, so Michael's like, okay, I'll just fucking kill you. So we get this another moment of these two looking each other's eyes, but this time, Michael actually goes through and kills Corey. So you make Corey the center stage character in this fucking last film, and you kill him. You fucking kill him. Why? You don't do that. You make him center fucking stage above Michael fucking Myers and Laurie Strode, and you just fucking kill him. No, you don't do that. It's like they realize, oh shit, we barely have any time left. We gotta have Michael and Laurie fight. So we gotta kill Corey. It seemed like this was all filler because they couldn't think of a proper fucking movie to end this shit off of. And then we get probably one of the stupidest fight scenes in fucking... I fucking hated everything about this scene. How fucking Michael was so fucking weak. He couldn't take down a 65-year-old woman. Holy fuck. This guy is fucking pathetic. The most pathetic Michael Myers I have fucking ever seen in any of these fucking movies. And I've seen a fucking shit show of Halloween movies in my fucking time. But this has to fucking top it. How the fuck do you do this to Michael fucking Myers? There's simple characteristics that you just don't go against, and they fucking did. So, I'm gonna say the ending now. Spoiler warning. Michael fucking Myers dies. Okay? But in the way he dies, it's fucking retarded. So Laurie somehow, someway gets him pinned down with 2 knives and then just slits his fucking throat. And then they fake us out like, oh, he's gonna choke her out. No. Allison saves her. No. And then we have this whole long, drawn-out scene of where everyone in Haddonfield comes along and they have Michael on top of their car and they drive to this place where they put Michael's remains and turn on the thing where it just shreds his body, squishes it together, makes it into a bunch of pieces. What the fuck? What's this movie? I enjoyed this movie until the final 10 minutes. The final 10 minutes is where this movie really went from actually a really decent movie to a fucking shit show. I enjoyed the Corey Cunningham character. The actor Rohan Campbell, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, dude, but you're an amazing actor, dude. You would be a very good villain, and you would probably be a really good Joker. But they ruined Michael Myers. They've done it. I didn't think they would be this fucking stupid in ruining fucking Michael, but they did. This movie might be the nail in the coffin. We might never get a Michael Myers movie again. And if we do, it won't be the same. We won't have the same fear from him because of shit like this. Time and time again, they fuck this character up. And it's pissing me off. They need to fucking stop. This movie is good and bad. As a Michael Myers movie, it's fucking horrible. As a regular old fucking horror movie, I'd say it's pretty good. Pretty decent, I guess. Except for the ending. But why was this Halloween fucking Ends? Why wasn't this a whole different movie? Why wasn't this Corey Cunningham story a whole different fucking movie? What the fuck? I'm speechless, guys. They have ruined Michael fucking Myers. They do not do him fucking justice. I'm not saying I could probably write it better, but actually, I think I can write him better because I wouldn't have him look like a fucking bitch. Why does he have to be a fucking little bitch? Like, I can't comprehend the stupidity that is this film. Michael is a bitch. Michael is too fucking weak. Michael is not in this movie fucking enough. The ending is fucking dog shit. You force this social commentary in a fucking horror movie that didn't need it. Why do we need this? Why? Explain. Give me a good fucking reason why we needed this social fucking commentary in a fucking horror movie. We're trying to be entertained. We don't want to be depressed about shit that's happening in the real world. We came here to escape and enjoy something. Oh, dear fucking God. Well, you must be wondering what my final rating on this movie is. This movie is a 5 out of fucking 10. And that's me being generous. If you take out all the Michael elements, I'd probably say a 7. But this isn't a Halloween movie. You can't do the fucking Michael Myers character like this. So you're not getting any fucking sympathy. And I know for a fact Jamie Lee Curtis had so much say in what happened with her character and why there was social commentary in this. But I'm done. I'm about to lose my voice because this is a character that I grew. I never had a good Halloween movie come out in my time. Halloween 2018 was decent. I've changed my opinion. It was decent. A B rating. It wasn't perfect, but it was decent. Halloween Kills. It was. I'm at a loss for words, guys. Halloween Ends is probably. Is it the worst movie in the franchise? I'm going to have since it recently came out, I'm going to have a long thought out process and see if this movie is actually the worst in the franchise. But it's far, far from one of the best. None of these movies have came even close to touching the greatness that was Halloween 4 Return of Michael Myers. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Had a laugh at me ranting about a fucking horror movie villain. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll try to upload more content if I can. But see you guys.